Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final round here before the cut to top 8. So this will be round 7 of SCG Indy States, hosted by Nerd Rage Gaming. I'm your host, Andrew Donnelly. With me, my co-host, Matthew Robert Dow. And we're going to get right into the action here as both players have already begun. This is Chad Dirks here playing blue-white control against Michael Young with Rug Monsters. Matt, what do you think? Rug Monsters going to do it here?
I think so. It's got a ton of planeswalkers. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good matchup for him.
So should we call it Rug Monsters, or should we call it Rug Midrange?
It's got monsters in it, though. It's got Thunderbreak Regents and Stormbreath Dragons and Dragon Lord Atarkas and Poluchronoses.
Sure.
And a Dragon Whisperer to make more monsters.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. If you're tuning back in with us again, this will be the final round here of Standard. Swiss, I should say, before cut to top 8.
Yeah, these guys playing for top 8. Unsure if Michael can make it if he wins, but Chad for sure, if he wins, will make top 8. So he's going to anticipate here on the end step.
I'm really interested to see how this blue-white control deck kind of comes together. I obviously like these types of decks in Standard, so there are a lot of cards in his main board that I can see that I'm interested to watch, and like Silk Wrap. I think that card is pretty interesting. I don't know if it's going to necessarily do what I think it's going to do, but
yeah. There's a Haven of the Spirit Dragon.
Haven of the Spirit Dragon, also an interesting card.
Thunderbreak Regent for Michael. He's going to tap 2 and cast Descent of Dragons. Is that what that is? Dragon Tempest? That is a Dragon Tempest.
Yeah, we probably have Dragon Tempest. I can see if we've got that in the old archives here. Let's take a look. A Dragon Tempest. Nope. No, I do not. So I'll have to look that one up real fast.
I have no idea what that card is.
Let's look up Dragon Tempest as the match continues, and we can all.
So Chad doesn't have a third land. He lets Dragon Tempest resolve, and then Michael's going to pass back.
A Dragon Tempest is what we thought a red 1 for an enchantment. Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, it gains haste until end of turn. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to target creature player, where X is the number of dragons you control.
All right, we're changing the name of this deck to Rug Dragons.
Just Rug Driggity Dragons, huh?
There's a Thunderbreak Regent.
All right.
That gets countered.
Yep.
It's going to scry off the Dissolve. Going to keep that on top. I imagine it's going to be another land. Sure enough. Oh, man. If I'm Chad, I'm terrified. Dragon Tempest is super scary.
Kent Ketter was in the house earlier today. I do not know if he is still here.
He had a flight at 3 o'clock.
He did have a flight. Oh, so no, he left already.
So Chad has a Narset in his hand and a Dissolve. I think you just have to sit here and hold Dissolve up for the love of God.
for the hope that no more dragons start raining from the Tempest.
But we're going to cast Narset instead.
All right. Let's see what it gets us.
Hopefully a spell.
He needs an additional die.
Plus. And no, that's a miss. Swing and a miss.
That's okay. Let's keep the Narset pumping.
We're going to pass back and cross our fingers and hope we don't die.
Senacious, we will be streaming Modern tomorrow. That is a A++. Me and Matt Dow will be back in the booth.
There's a Temple of Mastery. Or Mystery. It's Mystery, right? Yeah. Temple of Mystery. Scry. Uh-oh.
Is the Mystery Dragons?
Tap 4 mana. This is a Thunderbreaker. Nope, it's
a
Xenagos.
It's a Xenagos.
It's a bad card for us, too, though.
Xenababy. So, see, now I'm kind of confused by Michael, because now I'm in the mix where, like, he's got his lands in front, but his creatures and enchantments are in front, too, and, like, but now the creatures are in back.
It's a weird one.
This is a tad bit tilting.
So, Narset going to go down to 5 off that attack. Chad is going to fetch here.
All right. Going to drop down to 20. Like, I get it. You either play with your lands in front and your stuff in back, or your creatures in front and your lands in back. I can't deal with lands up front
side
with, like, planeswalkers and stuff over here, and then, like, creatures back here.
What if we played in a, like, imagine, like, we played Magic as life really exists, where, like, to have creatures in play, they must have terrain to live on. So
Okay.
you played your creatures on top of your lands, and then your planeswalkers stuff on top of your lands.
I wouldn't play.
No, me neither.
Did you ever play against the gentleman at Nerd Rage who likes to put his deck in the middle?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that
was a weird one.
That is tilting also.
Yeah. So Banishing Light here for Chad. That should get us out of this, at least the beginning of this Xenagos problem.
I have to believe every time I've seen Narset cast, as much as I wasn't a fan of the card originally, it always seemed good, but I guess when you're not hitting, it definitely has kind of a detrimental effect to the morale.
Yeah.
It's not even that I mind that he has his lands up front, it's that I mind that he has his lands up front as well as having his planeswalkers and enchantments to the side.
So there's a Vanishing Light on
land.
Xenagos.
Like,
so we continue to rant and rave about the land
I was
placement.
addressing Twitch. I'm not talking to you anymore.
There's a Dragon Lord at Tarko.
God,
He's absolutely terrifying with Dragon Tempest. I'm pretty sure it doesn't get scarier than that card.
No, it doesn't.
So that card then nugs for 13 and is an 8/8 flying trampler.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
There's a Stormbreath
There's
Dragon.
a Stormbreath, so you're going to take one.
You're
Or
gonna take
Narset
4.
is possibly... No, it's equal to the number of dragons you control.
Oh, okay.
Not
It's
the
even
power of the
Oh.
dragon. Are you... What kind of card is this?
Oh, Chad doesn't know. He's going to have to read it, too.
Okay, so Narset is dead.
That's a dead Narset.
Still 2019, so... Anticipate on the ready.
3 lands looking at right here for Chad. Gonna take one of them. Gonna draw for the turn. Another Banishing Light. Man,
Gain of life.
God, target has haste too.
Yep.
It's hard.
I think that'll be...
end hostilities.
Yeah, quick end hostilities to deal with those guys.
I'm gonna pass back.
Boy, you know what? I think somebody told me like a week ago, too. They were like, I've been buying a lot of these Dragon Tempests because they're pretty cheap right now. And I was like, that's a dumb card. And now sitting from the control standpoint, I'm like, oh my god, why would you play this?
Yeah, it seems pretty crazy. So, Michael gonna cast a Courser of Krufix here. Gonna look at the top card of his deck. Hope it's a land. It's not. It's a Xenagos. I imagine he's just gonna ship the turn back. Chad's gonna untap. He draws for the turn. He's got an Icefall Region in his hand. A Dig Through Time.
Icefall Region seems like a star card here, though.
Yeah, I think it could be good. Problem is Dragon Tempest makes it so like you're just gonna like still get like a little bit of value. Even if your
Oh,
guy gets
sure,
tapped
yeah,
down.
because we can't tap their stuff down immediately.
Yeah. So it looks like Chad's gonna catch the Banishing Light on the Courser.
That's interesting, seeing as how the Xenagos is right on
Yeah,
top.
but he has a Dissolve. I think
I
he's
see.
primarily going to use the Dissolve. Plus, he also has Silumgar's Scorn in his hand,
Sure.
which
So this time,
Chad's going to continue to play around that and just continue to say, if you want to dissolve something, you can dissolve this Courser, which you can just kill anyways. So, Chad does have enough mana here to dig through time at the end step, though. And
Yeah.
I imagine that's what he's going to fire off. Sure enough. So, dig through time.
Dredge guy, we could only hope that this was blue-white control from RTR.
I don't think that would be very fair.
I don't think it'd be fair either, but...
So finds at least a Dissolve and another Dig Through Time. But a Dragon Lord, a Judai in there, too.
Jutai. Ooh, I like that. I like
I've seen
that.
that one at all today, which is
A
pretty
Jutai,
interesting.
yeah, it is kind of strange, because he was very popular, but then again, we haven't seen a lot of control.
No. So Chad in the tank here over what to take. I imagine Dissolve is one of the cards, and looks like a Judai is going to be the other one.
It's good to have a body out.
Yeah.
Not to mention he draws you a card, so why not?
He does.
Of note, I like how Chad actually did rearrange the cards he was putting on the bottom of his library, as most people just tend to shove them under there.
Yeah. So there's an island for the turn. So we have Dissolve, Silumgar, Scorn. There's
Dragon Lord of Jutai.
Jutai.
Here he is. He's got Hexproof, baby. Can't touch him.
For now he does.
I think he'll have it for a while.
It's like Michael's going to find a land off the top with Courser.
Yep.
He's going to go to 21. He's going to reveal a Temple of Epiphany. He's going to fetch, go to 20, get rid of that Temple of Epiphany. Is it Dragon? Is it a target time? Haste.
I hope
ping
not.
you for 1. Doesn't matter. It's going to get countered even if he tries to cast it.
Yeah, I have to agree with Clayton. Sphinx's Revelation was also one of my favorite cards. 21-21.
There's a Sylvan Caryatid on
Is that
top.
what? Is it about to be a Tarka time?
This is a Tarka time.
Oh, jeez. Slam it.
That's a Tarka.
5.
This is a Silumgar Scorn.
Oh, boy.
Get Force Spiked. I still have a Dragon. It's Counterspell, but ship it back. So, Chad, looking to turn the corner here. That's a pretty good one. He gets to, play and anticipate
Yep.
here off this Judai.
I like this.
So, Michael's going to take 5, go to 16. Oh,
Man, isn't there...
And hostilities. He's going to take a Banishing Light, I believe.
Isn't there a card that lets you untap a creature and draw a card?
Yeah.
Is that? It's not Pressure Point.
Refocus.
Pressure Point is tap. Refocus, right?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So, Courser.
Wow,
Banishing
we're
Light.
really on top of these Banishing Lights.
And pass back.
Nobody thinks that we're kind of wasting these? You think these are all straight up Banishing Lights?
Yeah, I think these are fine. Kiora might be good here. Tap down that Judai.
Yeah.
There's a Thunderbreak region.
This thing has haste.
It does. I think you just let this resolve. And then
Really?
yeah. I don't like that because we can just tap it down with Icefall region.
Sure.
And it's not super threatening. But I mean it's fine. It's not the end of the world. There's the Sylvan Caryatid that he knew he had.
Once again, in the Enchantment Planeswalker zone, but not where the other creatures were zone. Here he comes.
We're going to attack. And, we can anticipate on end step and find an untapped land. And then Icefall Regent with Dissolve backup.
Mm-hmm. He's also got an Elspeth in hand.
Not quite there yet on that one with Dissolve backup. But, he's even, thinking now about just casting Icefall Regent. Which is, if we were going to cast it, might as well, have not dissolved there. Yeah, he looks like he's going to pull the trigger on Elspeth. So here's an Elspeth. I'm going to make some soldier tokens.
Seems alright.
But, I mean, Michael does have the opportunity here to, dissolve a big spell, like a Dragon Lord. Although Kiora no longer very good.
I guess also he has to be concerned because he is playing around... Silumgar Scorn is a possibility here with the mana that Chad left up.
There is a Wooded Foothills drawn for the turn. He does, but you can't play around cards at this point. You're at 11.
Right. This Dragon Lord of Jutai, by the way, has actually put in some work.
Yeah, it's a good card. So tap Caryatid. Nope, Michael, he's in the tank. He's deciding how he wants to sequence this turn here. Doing his best to maybe play around with whatever counterspell that Chad might have. I think if that's the case, you want to play the Xenagos, but the problem is the Xenagos just isn't very good, so I can't imagine Michael's or Chad, if he even had a counterspell, was going to counter it.
Sure. You don't think he'd take the bait? Yeah.
No, it's just not good right now. It's actively bad. Elspeth just trumps it completely. So here's 3 mana. It's going to be an Anger of the Gods, which is an interesting card to sideboard in. Or not even sideboard in.
No,
this is a main deck card.
Yeah.
I don't see any main. Those aren't in the main deck. This is game 1, right?
This is game 1.
Yeah, so we should stop the match and call a judge on that one.
All right.
So that's unfortunate for Michael that he didn't check his sideboard. But I think this match is going to need to be stopped here. And so Michael, I think, is going to realize the error of his ways.
From what we can tell, right? We're not.
Yeah,
we're not.
No, I don't
looking
see
at
any Anger of the Gods in his main deck, but he
Yeah.
just cast one, and it is game 1.
We do have his deck red sheet in front of us.
So
It does not look, though, however, like his deck red sheet had actually been notably checked by a judge. I don't see.
no, we call the judge. They're going to check.
Game is at a hold.
So we'll cut back to us.
Yeah,
While
definitely.
they figure out what's going on here.
Boy, that's got to be awkward.
Yeah, for sure. Always got to check your deck.
Yeah.
Always count your sideboard. Make sure you got your sideboard cards.
Good eye,
right.
by the way. It did seem kind of strange that
Yeah,
you would have
it seems like an odd game 1 card.
Yeah.
To be fair, Michael was probably going to lose that game anyways, so he's just probably going to get a game loss. But
Oh.
I don't want to speak up. You know,
Yeah.
he's pretty much dead, dude.
Coincidentally, it's funny because somebody in the chat mentioned again that, like, should we be doing this as announcers?
Yeah,
should
for
we
sure.
be using the footage as obviously what had happened at the Pro Tour was a big.
That was a different scenario, though. Like, had somebody drawn an extra card here, then no, I can't say anything. But if it's somebody who's, like, clearly presented in a legal deck, which in this case they did,
Sure.
because they presented, a sideboard card in game 1,
Yep.
then I should be able to speak up and say something.
Yep.
If I think the game state is incorrect, I should also be able to speak up and say something. But I can't say, like, oh, yeah, I saw that Patrick Chapin, drew a Tassiger off of a Johnny Mentor of Heroes and then just put it on top of his deck, and I know what that card is. And while, like, that's currently not the rule with, like, commentary, I think it should be the rule because I think we should use everything in our power to make the games go to their natural conclusion.
Sure.
Not like, oh, let's punish people because, they have to have this extra stress from being in a feature match area. And I get it that it's not fair to the people who don't always get into the feature matches and stuff like that since they're not random.
Correct.
But in this case, I think it's correct to call a judge, get things sorted out, especially when there are game state errors or deck reg errors. So it's unfortunate. Judges are figuring it out as we speak. We will resume the match shortly.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean,
Maybe we should go to standard playmakers while we wait.
yeah, sure. What haven't we done?
We haven't done multicolor. We'll save that one for last, though. I don't
Okay.
think we've done green, so
I don't think we've done green either. So
fire that one up.
We'll take a look. We'll do a standard playmakers. Why not? So green, easy. If you guys are new to the troll, like, if you guys haven't seen this before, and this is kind of your first time joining us for this segment, you guys can enjoy standard playmakers for what it is, which is essentially something we like to do where we showcase 4 cards in standard that we know see a ton of play. This would be your Courser, your Genesis Hydra, Pelucranos, and Whisperwood Elemental. These are all cards that have found their places in standard. What we like to do is pick cards that we think should see play in standard and kind of give them, a little perspective. Let you indulge in the wider array of cards that we have to offer in Magic.
God save us if you think that these are cards that should see play in standard.
Oh, yeah, because I'm sorry. What? Oh, all right. Oh, I'm sorry. Inquiring Call? What does that do?
Inspiring Call.
Oh,
Can you not
Inspiring
read
Call?
either?
Well, I'm not. Actually, I'm very lightly looking over your awful picks.
Oh, okay.
Because I see that once again you took the cop-out and picked Den Protector.
Yeah, well, I picked this card like a week ago, man, before anybody was
Yeah,
playing
everyone picked the card a week ago because
Oh,
it's a
BS.
good card.
Yeah, how many do you own?
A lot.
Okay, sure you do. Just like you owned 8
Dramakas commands, and then didn't want to trade you all 8 of them, or however
I only
many you
needed
demanded.
4, man.
Yeah. All right.
Help a brother out. Yeah, Den Protector is sweet. I'm going to go over it right now. It's a sweet card.
It is
Saw
a sweet
lot
card.
of Pro Tour play this weekend.
Yep.
It's Eternal Witness, only it's a little slower. Card is insane.
Yep. I agree. I think the card's fantastic.
Should have got your copies, before the Pro Tour started.
What is inspiring? What is it?
Inspiring Call is draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. So this goes in my Gleam of Authority deck.
Okay.
Oh,
sure. The Gleam. Yeah.
Yeah, man. This card is just like draw a million. All my creatures are indestructible.
All right.
I think it's just it's a sweet card. It just goes in my green-white. See, at the time you told me to make these, I was brewing this deck up in my head.
Okay, this Gleam Authority deck.
Man, somebody's going to do this. It's going to be sweet. I'm going to look like a genius.
Yeah.
It didn't work out that way, but I still think it's a sweet card.
Yeah, dude, it's
definitely. We don't know. Honestly, I think they're sideboarding, so we can discuss that right now. We don't even need to talk about yours because they're just playing this. All right,
you know what? That's rude.
Stone awful.
That's super rude. We're gonna cut back here. We're into game 2 now.
So we'll start with the loser, Michael Young. We already know he's got Anger of the Gods in his sideboard.
Yep.
Not in his main deck. So he's got 3 of them. He's got a Crater's Claws. He's got a Nissa Whirlwaker. He's got an Ash Cloud Phoenix, 2 Reclamation Sages, 2 Hornet Nests, a Roast, 2 Disdainful Strokes, and 2 Destructive Rivalries. Cards I like in this matchup are Nissa Whirlwaker, Ash Cloud Phoenix, Disdainful Stroke, Destructive Revelry, Reclamation Sage I think is probably pretty good too.
Sure.
And I think you can maybe even make the argument that Crater's Claws isn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Revelries are nice. We saw a million Vanishing Lights. Reclamation Sage, same reason. Disdainful Stroke, obviously a good card.
Yeah.
Ash Cloud Phoenix is 2 for 1.
Coincidentally, I know I never say I like her, but Nissa might actually be pretty decent here.
Yeah, I think so. What about Chad?
Chad in his blue-white control list, we got 3 Encase and Ice. Card seeing a ton of play. 1 Erishan Cleric, which was the game 3 life.
Apparently.
Oh, babe, is that 3 Burmaz?
Oh, yeah.
Good God, Matt. 2 Negate, 2 Disdainful Stroke, 1 Surge of Righteousness, like that card. An additional Banishing Light, in case you wanted to go for the whole 4-pack.
Man, this guy loves his Banishing Light.
He loves him some Banishing Light. And an Erase.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like, buddy?
I like Encase and Ice.
I like it.
For the same reasons I liked it before.
Disdainful Stroke.
Yep.
Snap it off.
Surge of Righteousness. Kills red creatures.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's bring that one in. Banishing Light probably too.
Yep. And I don't even know, do I?
And so, like, normally I would bring in Negate here too.
Yeah.
If seeing Michael's deck list, he has 1 Ugin, 2 Sarkhan the Unbrokens, 2 Sarkhan Dragon Speakers, 3 Xenagos the Revelers, 1 Kiora. He's bringing in a Nissa Whirlwaker. Like, I would bring in Negate.
Sure.
But I only saw Xenagoses, and I don't think in that case I'd bring in Negate.
Very cool.
It would be a card I'd bring in Game 3, provided I see my opponent has kept in a lot of,
I might catch flack, but I almost like Pearl Acation in here too. I don't know what I would cut for it. I don't know if I'd cut like a Dig Through Time, or like maybe even a Narset, but like, I just want something to finish the game. Like, Dragonlord or Jutai was sweet, but having him backed up by a Pearl Lake Agent is awesome.
Yeah, I'd rather have Dragonlord. I'm not a huge Pearl Lake fan.
I agree. Dragonlord or Jutai is amazing, but...
So here we go. Game 2 underway. Players are allowed now to have any of their 75 cards in their...
This is true.
In their deck.
Things
they can have
changed.
all 75 if they wanted. I think.
I hope they wouldn't go that far.
So there's a Wooded Foothills. There's a Temple of Enlightenment for Chad. He's going to keep it on top, and we're going to pass it back. Michael, he's going to play another Wooded Foothills, crack those, probably get a mountain and a forest, and I imagine play a Sylvan Caryatid.
Dunk Master Pearl. I get that. What are we casting off? Double red, though. We decided not to get a forest?
He has a Dragon Whisperer.
Oh, really?
So, card I picked, showing up right here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, I'm so smart.
Look out.
Oh, jeez.
There it is.
Dragon Whisperer.
This card might be it.
So, let's see if we can pull up what Dragon Master does.
Oh, you want to look up
Whisperer.
Dragon Whisperer?
Yeah, maybe we'll have that one in the card image gallery.
I know.
While Chad plays a Plains on turn 2 and just simply passes the turn back. So Chad's going to read Dragon Whisperer.
I hope we have Dragon Whisperer right here. There's Dragon Whisperer for everybody.
It's kind of small in the corner there, but as you can see, it's a
2/2 for 2.
Yep.
For fire breathing?
Fire breathing is 1 and a red.
Yeah.
And then if you are formidable, you can pay 6 and put a 4/4 dragon on the creature token with flying on the battlefield.
Yeah. So it makes dragons.
Yeah. It's a Dragon
And
Whisperer.
It is a Dragon Whisperer.
Yeah.
It is, however, not a Dragon Master Outcast.
I don't know what that does.
Okay.
Maybe we should bring that one up. Oh, we probably don't have it.
We probably don't have that one in card inventory, as that's a mythic rare from Zendikar.
Okay.
Coincidentally, your Dragon Whisperer is now encased in ice.
It is, but still has the ability to make 4/4 dragons, provided we are formidable. There's a Temple of Epiphany.
Doesn't it need to tap? It doesn't need to tap to use its formidable ability? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. Color me impressed.
Michael gonna ship that one to the bottom. Looks like he just has a bunch of lands in his hand and then like a Nissa.
Sure.
So you're really relying on this Dragon Whisperer to do something. Chad's gonna crack. He's probably gonna get an island. No? He already has an island, so my bad. He's gonna get a plains.
Needs the basics. 24 minutes here left in round 7, and it already looks like a majority of the matches is finished up. Granted, I'm sure some people have drawn into the top 8 already.
Yep.
Chad looking for his way to get in here.
Chad draws another Encase in Ice. And he is going to pass it back after playing an island. So Michael's going to draw. He has a forest for the turn. I think he has a Stormbreath Dragon in hand, so plus a Haven. So I think playing a Stormbreath Dragon is a fine line, even into your opponent's Dissolve. But Michael chooses to instead just pass the turn back. Chad, he's going to draw. He draws another land.
It's a very interesting rug mix of a lot of planeswalkers and just other,
interesting.
You know what I mean? Other creatures, like high impact creatures. It's not the strange Frostwalker Savage Knuckleblade list that we normally used to.
So this is going to be absolutely backbreaking. So he's going to cast it in a Judai. It's going to get Disdainful Stroke. Michael's going to untap and be able to resolve one of these 5-mana spells that he has. He has Nissa and he has Sarkhan Unbroken.
Wow.
So he
a
chooses to go with
Stormbreath will do just
Dragon,
fine.
which is a pretty good card. But I think either one of the Planeswalkers is just better.
Really?
Yeah. He has Encase in Ice after board. This card normally is great against this deck.
Sure.
But Encase in Ice is a decent answer. I mean, it obviously can still monsters.
That's true.
So. See if we have Dueling Haven of the Spirit Dragons. We do.
Uh-oh.
Starting to see a lot of play.
It's interesting. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it returns a land, right? Or I'm sorry, returns a dragon.
Dragon, yeah. So
there's Haven.
We're going to Monstrous our Stormbreath Dragon. Chad's going to cast Encase in Ice.
Yep.
It's going to tap it down. So we're going to get a Monstrous Stormbreath Dragon. We have 4 cards in hand. We're going to go to 11.
Sure.
So we got a lot of guys encased in ice.
Sacrifice Haven of the Spirit Dragon. So it's like a Sliver Hive, but it gives you any color you want to cast dragons, or colorless, or gives you a dragon or Ugin back.
So Michael's going to have to take a damage off Mana Confluence. He's going to go to 16, or 17. Chad is going to use his Haven to get back his Dragon Lord.
It's not. I'm okay with that, actually.
Chad going to play a Tranquil Cove and go to 12. And a pass back.
So, Formidable is up.
It is indeed up.
So we can start making baby dragons.
I'm just going to spam dragons. That's literally all I'm doing.
Dragon tokens everywhere. Those tokens are hard to come by.
Let's see if Michael realizes that Formidable is up. I mean, I'm just spamming dragons. I'm pretty sure that Chad can't win this game if I just sit here and spam dragons.
At end step, you just keep making dragons, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if we had a Dragon Tempest online right now.
Oh, goodness. So Michael's going to cast a Sarkhan the Unbroken.
Oh.
It's going to get dissolved.
Yep. But is that? Oh. Yeah.
Chad's going to keep on top? He's going to
No,
shift to the bottom.
Put it to the bottom. And then we're going to anticipate at the end of our turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Find another Dragon Lord and an end hostilities. Oh, man. He should have taken the end hostilities. He did not.
Against Dragon tokens, the end hostility seems strong, but I don't know if Michael is actually looking at that.
So there's a Radiant Fountain. Going to go up to 14. And here's a Dragon Lord of Judai. This is going to get Disdainful Stroked.
Again? Wow.
Take a damage. That's going to get Silumgar's Scorned. So we're at 14 to 16.
14 to 16 is correct.
And we're untapping. And we should just be tapping mana right now to make a dragon.
To make dragons. Baby dragons.
Although our opponent is tapped out now, so we do have the ability to resolve like a Dragon Lord Atarka or a Nissa.
I mean, Nissa seems pretty strong here.
I think Nissa's a fine play. But I also just like the play of making a bunch of dragons.
Yeah, but I feel like if we were on that line, like we would have just started doing it as soon as we had the ability to.
I'm pretty sure Michael just doesn't realize it.
Sure.
So there is Nissa.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see actually at the end of the game if Chad points that out. Like if he motions to the Whisperer and just points at him, like I would be amazed. So the Mana Confluence is going to be a land here. Nissa says turn anything into a 4/4 man land.
That land is going to attack for 4, and Chad's going to go down to 10.
We can't put the Dragon Lord in the way. We don't want him. Nope. We don't want him dying again.
So Chad, he's going to draw for the turn.
He might
it's
think
a dig
that.
through time.
That's true. He might think that Encase and Ice prevents it from using its ability, but unlike the green Mythic, it does not require you to tap it when you use its formidable ability.
Yeah. And I don't believe it also, Encase and Ice doesn't prevent you from using the ability.
I don't think it does
either. Just taps the creature.
Correct. Is he looking for a dig here?
He has a dig. He's going to dig. I think he's probably looking for... Does Banishing Light target lands? Can it target lands?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, he's in a bad way then. He needs an end hostilities. Because this land is going to outrace him. Yep.
Yeah, it's target non-land permanent. Chad's going to take his time here, really think over. What do you? I see a Disdainful Stroke. What else does he have in there?
Disdainful Stroke, some Surge of Righteousness.
Oh.
Yeah, those are the only cards I can see.
Does Surge not gain you life?
It does. It gains you 2 life.
Sure. So maybe that's the play. Maybe we get in there with the Dragon Lord or Jutai, wait for him to play another creature that isn't the land, and just hope that we race that way?
No, because he just attacks us to 6. We have to kill Nissa.
Oh, sure.
So he's still at 16. Deck lists for top 8 will be posted on StarCityGames.com along with all the other states' deck lists.
Yes, after the events.
So Nissa's going to bite the dust. But Chad still has a 4/4 land.
What did we get out of Dragon Lord of Jutai? Out of his...
Nothing, because we didn't deal damage to a player.
Oh, okay. It's only damage to a player? Oh, jeez.
So Michael going to draw. It's a Thunderbreak Regent. I wonder if he's going to figure out he can make dragons yet.
He is not.
Chad's got some pretty miserable body language going on right now.
Yeah.
Hand on the table, hand on his head.
Michael, though, also in the tank, like...
In the tank, definitely.
Has a lot of options.
Looks like he's going to run out of
Thunderbreak region.
I imagine this is going to get countered. It's going to get disdainful stroked. And the land is going to attack for 4. Put you to 6.
We need something.
Well, we got a blocker. We can block with the Judai.
Yep. Ooh, what do we draw?
End hostilities? No. Vanishing Light.
What is that?
Vanishing Light.
Okay.
So he's going to cast a Vanishing Light.
What are we targeting?
I mean, he can target Dragon Whisper or his own Judai.
Yeah. But why are we doing that?
I don't know.
I think he thought he could target a creature with it.
Yeah, he can't target a creature. It's their names are Dragon Whisperer and Judai.
I understand that. Or oh yeah, he can't even target Stormbreath Dragon.
No, he can't target the land either.
Wow, what is happening this game?
I don't know. It's been 7 rounds.
People are tired. Oh, for sure.
So,
I believe that's what he thought, is that he could target Mana Confluence.
Looks like we got an earthquake going on.
Yep, that'd be great if they could not hit the photo equipment. So, 6-16 is the right. This is 5-1 control currently, yes.
Yep.
Judges at the table currently discussing what to do in this situation.
Well, I mean, he casts a spell, it resolves.
Yeah.
Trigger, target Dragon Whisperer or my Judai. Those are your options. This is competitive RAL.
At least, coincidentally, if he targets the Dragon Whisperer, I mean, we don't have to worry about him making dragon tokens anymore. So
I'm pretty sure we didn't have to worry about that anyways,
yes,
because we'd be dead now. So he does target the Dragon Whisperer. In case of ice, does go away. You are correct. You cannot even target a Judai.
Right.
His opponent own.
Well, I didn't mention a Jutai. You were all about targeting a Jutai.
I'm all about it, man.
You like targeting Jutais for some reason. It's weird.
So there's an attack with the Judai. Putting Michael down to 11. We're going to anticipate. And we found an Encase in Ice and a disdainful Banishing Light.
All right.
Unfortunately, neither of those cards are capable of handling this Mana Confluence that is now a 4/4. So, take 1. Pass it back. Took Silumgar's Scorn. And Michael's going to draw. Man, if we didn't bring Destructive Revelries or Reclamation Sages in before, after seeing 2 Encase and Ices, whew, and a
you'd snap them.
Oh my god. Those cards are going to be insane against this deck. There's a Haven of the Spirit Dragon. So he's going to crack that. He's going to get back Thunderbreak Regent.
Okay. And then attempt to play the Thunderbreak Regent?
He's going to cast Thunderbreak Regent. It's going to get countered. And we're going to attack. Put you to 2.
Jeez. This Nissa land might just do it.
Well, we can block it now. So that's an out. We can attack and then anticipate. But we can just block and then play the other Dragon Lord. And we have 2 counter spells, I think, in our hands. So
sure.
Michael going to untap here. And looks like we're on chump blocking duty. You drew a Temple of Abandon. Play it. Scry. Keep it on top. Here's a Xenagos. Gotta counter this or we're dead.
Jeez. He didn't even tap the mana for it yet. Holy crap.
Xenagos, he's been countered. Goes to the bin. And there's an attack for 4. There's a chump block.
Yep.
Or a trade. So, Chad right back in this game now. He's got 2 cards in his hand. One of them another Dragon Lord and a Silumgar Scorn. So, what's the difference? One's the same thing as 2.
Are you going to fetch here?
Why not? One's the same thing as 2.
Yeah, you're right. I think both players are fully aware of the clock currently.
Yeah.
As they do have a table judge with them.
They have 10 minutes left. So Chad's going to draw. It's going to be a Temple of Enlightenment. He's going to scry. He's going to put that one on the bottom. And I imagine he's going to fire this card off.
Is this going to be the second Dragon Lord?
I imagine he's going to cast this Dragon Lord. There it is. So another Dragon Lord. Michael. Now he's got the bad body language. He's got his head in his hand.
Yep.
He kept a card on top, so let's see what it is. It's an Ashclaw Phoenix.
Oh.
So that's a pretty good one. That's going to need to be countered. I mean, you have to counter this card.
Right.
This is a must counter. Hit 2 for 1s. You it trades with your guy and then comes back as a 2/2 that he just
kills you.
Up. Yeah.
I mean, literally,
yeah,
it just kills him.
So there's and then like even still you get to like attack here and then anticipate. You get to draw a card and then you get to anticipate. So like pretty good chance you just draw a counter spell.
Though he has gone through quite a lot.
So here's the attack. Gonna put him to 6. He's gonna anticipate. He really needs a counter spell. Add hostilities, Encase in Ice, and Flooded Strand. I don't think those are gonna do it.
They might not.
He's gonna take an Encase in Ice. We'll see what Chad drew for the turn. It looks like it's a white card, which white cards, they are no good, no bueno in this situation. So Michael's going to cast a Dragon Lord Atarka and say, I will deal you 5 points of damage, sir.
I will shoot you for 5. Oh, no. Is that really it? Is that how this ends?
Should be game. He has a Plains and an Encase in Ice.
What? Wait, what?
So,
do we not know what...
can't hit players? Okay.
Okay. Holy cow. I was really... Oh, that's right, because it's not players, because it's not Bogart and Hell. It's only Planeswalkers.
All right. So, this is still a game, then.
Oh, jeez. That got really scary for a second.
There's a Forest, and players just drawn... Looks like Michael has drawn a spell. He's going to crack Haven of the Spirit Dragon, though. He's going to get a Thunderbreak Regent back.
Sure.
And I think that's going to be all she wrote.
Regent. Yep. So Chad taking his time here to double check what Thunderbreak Regent does, as he does not want to get zapped by it.
He drew an Icefall Regent. Unfortunately, that can't target the Thunderbreak Regent. I believe it deals him 3.
Jeez, this is a pretty nutty game.
But
what are we looking for? We're looking for
Icefall Regent.
Icefall Regent.
Must you target something, or is it a May?
Check out Icefall Regent. Whoops. There we go. When Icefall Regent enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature does not untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Icefall Regent.
And Thunderbreak Regent reads, if you target this card, deal 3 damage.
Whenever a player targets... Oh, God, now we got to go find... That, yeah, I think that's what Michael was just saying. Yep.
It's not a maze, so he has to do it.
Correct.
But he could have tapped Stormbreath Dragon. Stormbreath Dragon was still in play.
He could have tapped Stormbreath Dragon. He could have tapped. Yes, yeah. Stormbreath Dragon was still in play.
So he did have outs. He just decided he wanted to target the thing that killed him.
So that was game 2.
He could have tapped any of the other creatures he already had locked down. But
well, no, because Dragon Whisperer was Banishing Lighted.
Sure, but he had a Tarka and Stormbreath Dragon. They were encased in ice. He
yes, so he could have tapped either. Yes.
And then traded.
Correct. 4 minutes left in the round for these two players. Michael Young, I believe, out of contention for top 8 is what we've kind of decided?
I think he wins.
Possible?
Possibly,
Holy cow.
Also true. Thank you, yes. He doesn't have the option because it is all dragons. Our Thunderbreak region.
Oh, I thought we were discussing in response to, but yes, Thunderbreak. I knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, but
we did talk about that earlier. It has been a long day.
Thank you to the chat, though, for pointing that out.
Definitely. Nobody there is reading cards. Classic Jimmy.
I'm not going to lie. You're right. The only person reading cards is Chad.
Oh, man.
So only 3 minutes and 52 seconds left. Although I think they might have a time extension from the judge call.
They have a slight, probably.
So we'll see if we can get an update on if they have a time extension. Back to the drawing board. Imagine players aren't going to change much. Do still think that Michael could have won that game pretty quickly had he just spammed Dragon Whisperers.
If he would have actually created dragons, is that what you're saying?
If he just made dragons with Dragon Whisperer a million times?
Yeah, I believe you're right. What? No one speaks Korean at Nerd Rage Gaming. Little do you know, I speak Korean.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't pretend to do things I can't do.
Are you trying to say that I pretend to speak Korean?
I will speak some Korean.
Annyeonghaseyo 상승님.
All right, is that all you know?
That pretty much that and it's like some other like
things you can't say on stream.
No, I didn't learn any
friends?
bad Korean words. I learned like hello, goodbye, and stuff like that.
All right, well you're surprising me at every turn.
Hey, baby, that's my life. Also, I have to surprise chat because Free Pony thinks that we have Korean cards at Nerd Rage Gaming, which I can tell you is not the case.
So Chad taking a mulligan here.
Oh,
He's keeping his 7.
They do have a slight time extension from the judge call. So
how much time? Let's put it on the clock.
Cast the rest in Korean. Jeez, maybe if this was StarCraft, and then I could just yell things like "Zogu" and then like weird stuff like that. But we're not gonna do that. This is Magic, baby. Samarka.
You could still like scream Zergu.
Zergu?
Like Zergo. That sounds like Zergo.
Oh, it kind of does sound like Zergo. I'll scream Zergo sometime.
I feel like if you did that, people might think you're like being offensive.
Oh, that is true. People could do that also. Well, here we go. All right. Come on, guys. Show me some magic. Show me some sweet control magic.
One later from Chad. But
so this is going to be a mulligan. Like, this is...
I imagine you can't keep this. But Chad is he's gonna really think it over. He does need to make up his mind, though. So we have, it looks like, another judge call. Perhaps we're going to get a judge over here to watch Chad.
Asu. Oh, so what's the play over here now?
I don't know. There's another judge call in this feature match. So this one's a train wreck. I apologize for picking this one.
This was you
almost
too.
As bad as Green-White Devotion versus Green-White Devotion.
So we had another judge call currently asking the table judge right now what is happening. They probably will at some point agree that it is in fact a tie, but from the looks of it, I'd hate to speculate, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
It's just bad to speculate on judge calls. We're waiting right now on, looks like Michael to finish talking to a judge, and then we'll cut back to the match.
So,
which may be sooner than expected. We asked our table judge and our scorekeeper who sits at the table what is happening, but can't quite tell.
So it should be an interesting top 8. Got a Rally the Ancestors deck for sure we know
Did
about.
he make it in there?
Yeah.
Get out.
No, he's in there, man.
So the timer has expired, but that is not the end of the round for those gentlemen.
He's
they
in
do
there.
have...
Jesse Hefner's in there from...
Oh, okay.
He was playing the
Sweet.
Jeskai aggro deck.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm going to do a quick cut back over. Looks like the players are ready again.
All right, we're going to play some Magic, I
Yep.
think.
Let's hope so.
There's an island. So Chad going to play deliberately in the first games. Then he's going to keep one-landers
Yes.
and hope to get there. And he doesn't. And he's going to pass. This is a good way to get run over after, trying to stay alive.
Yeah, I don't...
All Chad really needs is a draw, I think, and he should be fine. So he's going to play a Temple of Enlightenment, and he's going to pass the bag. So Michael essentially now on the play. And he has a 3-drop. Get a Forest. And we got a Courser.
Rally the top 8's a real thing. Congratulations, by the way, on your $30 Hulkbuster Hero Clicks. That thing is sweet.
And Chad, he doesn't draw a land. He scried with this. He kept an Encase of Ice on top. That's pretty interesting. There's a Temple of Mastery, or Mystery. I always get Mastery and Mystery confused. This is going to be a Thunderbreak Regent, which...
Free damage with the Courser, go. There you
Boom.
go. That's what you want.
18. Take a damage off that. We are 18 all.
18 love. Is that what that
No,
is?
that's 18 to 0. Somebody would be dead at that point.
Oh, God.
There's Encase of Ice. Trigger. It's a dragon.
It is a dragon.
All dragons that you target when Thunderbreak Regent
Every
is
dragon.
out.
Every dragon. Hashtag every dragon matters.
Yeah.
Start that. Guys, hashtag that for me.
Chad, still no land. So, Michael, he's got a Kiora. He's got a Temple of Epiphany on top. Sarkhan in his hand, a Kiora in his hand, an Ugin in his hand, a Negate in his hand. This hand's pretty good. This is turn 1. So, Michael going to be hard-pressed here to beat Chad. He's going to scry. Put it on the bottom. And reveal a Forest. Interesting that he didn't take the Temple of Epiphany off the top of the deck to do that.
Yeah.
But maybe he's resigned to not being able to win anyways. So he's going to minus with the Kiora, get an extra land, attack for 3, or for 2, put him down to 13, be able to play an extra land. I imagine... Alright. So Kiora minuses in...
The mana confluence and the Courser are driving me crazy. Like, they're driving me nutty trying to do life.
Alright, well, at least he didn't play his other Forest that I think he could have played off the minus of Kiora. So there's a Radiant Fountain off of Anticipate. So Chad back in this game, man. Gonna play a Temple of Enlightenment. He's gonna scry. He's gonna put that one on the bottom. He's gonna pass back.
What is happening?
It's turn 3. I'll tell you what's happening. Nobody's going to win this game. There's a Thunderbreak Region on top.
Can our Courser put the Thunderbreak Region into play?
No. There's a land. Going to go up to 18. He's going to tap 5 mana. This is going to be a Storm Breath Dragon or a Sarkhan.
There
it's
we go.
It's a Storm Breath Dragon.
Get in for what is Disdainful
It's
Stroke?
gonna get
Scorn.
Scorned.
Okay.
Revealing Icefall
Nope.
Regent.
That stays in your hand. That goes to the graveyard.
He's going to attack for 2. Michael's going to cash in Kiora. He's going to draw Thunderbreak Region. He's going to reveal Wooded Foothills. He can still play another land for turn. He's going to pass it back. Hasn't read that part of Kiora yet.
Did he untap?
Chad's at 13. Chad's going to pass it back. Turn 5. Can Michael do 13 damage to Chad? I'm going to go with no.
He didn't untap last turn, did he?
Yes,
did Michael untap?
Yeah.
And then...
So there's a land. Michael's going to go up to 18 or 19.
Yep. 19.
And show him his hand that he can't win, but he has Ugin, so that's sweet.
And there's the handshake.
There we go.
That is a 1-1 draw is what that is.
Yeah. So this match will teach us all to read our cards.
This
whether
will.
it be the commentators who missed many, many things because we didn't read the cards.
Also true.
Or the players who also missed a litany of things because they didn't read the cards.
A lot of things. I mean, I'm not going to say we're perfectionists here, but...
Oh, God, I'm awful.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm the literal worst.
Yes, that's the true. As Romulus could tell you all,
oh, yeah.
we're not...
Yeah.
We're by no means the final definition for Magic players, but you know what? I guess I should probably change this to top 8.
Quarterfinals, I imagine.
Quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Quarterfinals is long, though. We'll change it to top 8. And then we'll change this back to us. So if it was one thing we learned from that match, what was it?
Read your cards.
Read your cards, please. Always make sure you read your cards. Always ask your opponent if it's okay to. Always suggest that you
don't
read.
even ask. Just grab them.
Don't do that. Make sure that you always ask your
Give me
opponent. If you don't understand something, either I wouldn't confer with your opponent if you're at this type of REL. I would definitely call a judge if you don't understand the mechanics of a card, or if you may have cast a card in error. But as you can see, RTFC, that's true.
That is.
That's pretty much. Xander Pickle, thank you for joining the NRG clan. We appreciate it. We're glad you're enjoying the stream. Anybody else out there who's also been following, make sure you follow along as well. We'd love to have you join the clan. I mean, that was just. I feel like your fatigue is getting to you at that point. Your game
so.
1 was super long and grindy.
Yeah.
There was a mistake already. Game 1.
Yeah, you are a little bit on tilt because you didn't on the sideboard properly.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I think I would have done differently, but what can you say? I mean, there's not a lot you can do there.
It's true. We should talk about though the announcement we made last round.
Oh, you want to do the announcement we made last round?
Let's just keep announcing it.
Is that the SCG 1K Super IQ?
It is
on June 14th.
That's also a PPTQ.
That is also a PPTQ. That is in-house at Nerd Rage Gaming. And on top of all the sweet swag you get, listen, 1K, so it's a $1,000 cash prize. Dice bags, play mats, pins, sweet IQ trophies. Nerd Rage Gaming is tossing in a case of Modern Masters 2 into the prize pool. That's a big event.
Definitely.
I'd come out and play in it.
Pre-register now. This event will be in store at Nerd Rage Gaming, but we are only capable of holding 120 players, so definitely pre-reg if you're interested in this event.
Yep. Yeah, I can't stress this enough. You can't head to the site right now to pre-register. As much as I'd love you guys going to the site and trying to pre-register for the event, we can't do it right now. Pre-reg for the event will be up on Monday, so that's when you want to head there and you want to check what's going on. I can't stress enough, 120 players is the maximum. We cannot keep any more. Like, that's it. We're done after that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if, 121 show up, we might, try to, burrow into the story a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe 120 is capped.
For sure.
But we have the top 8 announcement here, so we will come back in a few minutes with our top 8 and then quarterfinal matchups.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Should have some good matchups. If you want to see that Rally the Abzan deck again, I don't know why you'd want to, but,
because that deck was sweet.
Sure, all right.
Why would you not want to see the Ancestors Rally for Abzan?
I don't know, because you just rallied a bunch of cards that I can't stand. Like Great Merchant. Yeah, that card was the bane of my existence.
Yeah, well, that card is.
Siege Rhino.
That is.
So
you guys can also hear as the judges are making the final announcement here. Oh my gosh, look at the booth. The booth is just lined up. Good God. A lot of stuff going on here today, guys.
Indeed. Remember, we'll have a Modern 1K tomorrow for SCGStates.
Very
true. If you love Modern, tune in. If you are in the area and you love Modern, come and play. If you are in the area and hate Modern, still come and play, because maybe you'll learn to love Modern. I doubt